Hill misses. Rebound goes to the Cavs. J.R. Smith brings it back out. Throws it to Hill. Hill shot blocked. And we'll go to overtime. You get the feeling J.R. Smith thought they had the lead. He didn't know the
Probably like reading into the mind of an athlete and thinking about their mental state, I guess.
I think sports psychology is the way people think, or like their psychological processes when they're playing a specific sport or exercising.
The way athletes mentally prepare and execute a game plan with the many different factors that go in, and it's usually a physical sport, but a lot of, you're preparing for the game, you're preparing for practice. There's a lot of preparation that goes on psychologically, and those factors that affect the outcomes.
There are many common myths about sports psychology. It is not only for the mentally quote-unquote weak or those with a mental illness. It is not only for a specific type of athlete or talent level. It can work for any athlete at any level of their sport. It is not a quick fix for all problems in competition. Many coaches and athletes look for a quick solution so they can move on, but it's something that takes time and discipline. Sports psychology is when aspects of psychology are applied to sport and performance. Many athletes are physically talented, but mental training is often overlooked and can be a differentiator between athletes. Sports psychology includes topics such as intentional goal setting, visualization and imagery, building and maintaining motivation, enhancing confidence, managing energy and focus, dealing with pressure, addressing clinical issues with athletes, team dynamics, and cohesion. Psychology applied to sport began in the late 1800s and throughout time has seen steady growth in research, implementation, and acceptance. E.W. Scripture was the first noted researcher in the field. He worked with numerous athletes on reaction times, accuracy, and personality. Norman Triplett was also very influential early on. He worked with cyclists and demonstrated social facilitation. Coleman Griffith is considered the father of sports psychology. He developed the first sports psychology lab in 1925 at the University of Illinois. Dorothy Harris developed the first graduate program in sports psychology at Penn State University in the early 1970s. She was very influential for the role of women in sports. During the Olympics in the 1980s, there was extensive coverage of athletes that implemented sports psychology into their training. This helped the field gain traction and acceptance. Today, sports psychology consists of 3 branches: research, consulting, and teaching. A sports psychologist can work in any combination of these topics.
Examples of significant research include a study showing that more physical touch between teammates has correlation with better records in the NBA. A study on why athletes reach their potential versus not, revealed in this book, Grit.
Sports psychology is also not just for those involved in sports. These same principles can be applied to everyday life, relationships, business, and any aspect of life where a pressure situation may arise.
I think that it can make you start to relax and actually understand the game that you're playing, and rather than getting all stressed out and worrying about more just yourself and being healthy as an athlete.
Mental skills are extremely important. It's a really high pressure environment, and how you handle that pressure ultimately controls your results.
Mindfulness is very important. It helps you keep the main thing. Here on the basketball team, we really use it a lot. Help us hone in on our defenders and the next competition we have. It helps us to make us do better on the court and off the court and be better people. And we practice it every day with yoga and after practice with Coach King.
The physical side of it, yes, being an athlete is one thing, but to learn the mental side and to have the mental toughness that you have to have on a day-to-day basis to be a successful athlete at a high level, it's challenging. And I think if you look at really good high-level athletes, never mind their athletic ability, mentally, they're strong, they're tough, they put a lot of thought into the things that they do with their profession. And so when you look at athletes, you look at the athletic side of things, but for me, the mental side is just as important, if not more important, to being a successful athlete.